In the next 4 minutes, I'm going to reveal a crazy revenge story of how I and 56,743 other folks, just like you, reduced our electric bill up to 75% and more in just 60 days. In fact, many of my friends, neighbors, and customers have completely eliminated their electric bill forever. That's right, we pay zero to the electric company. And now you can become part of this exclusive group too. I'm going to show you how to quickly and easily produce free, 100% green electricity 7 days a week and break free from big energy for the rest of your life. But let me ask you, are you fed up paying through the nose each month for overpriced electricity? Are you disgusted being chained to the big utility monster to get your power? Do your eyes pop out of your head each month when you open your electric bill? My name is Michael Harvey, and I know exactly how you feel, because that's how I felt watching a good portion of my paycheck being siphoned off each month just to heat or cool my house, or to cook on my electric stove. It was like a fat hose was attached from my bank account directly to the power company. Every 30 days you could hear a loud sucking noise, the sound of my hard-earned money being drained from my account. They had me by the throat, and being an electrician by trade, it was a double whammy. It felt like they were squeezing the life out of me. And that didn't sit right. Being dependent on any bigwig company for the bare-bone basics in life gnawed at me like a bear caught in a trap. I knew I had to do something. So 4 years ago, I was desperate to reduce my ever-increasing and skyrocketing electric bills. I changed all my light bulbs to energy-efficient ones. I unplugged all my stuff from the walls when I wasn't using them. TV, stereo, lights, clock. I even went without air conditioning on scorching summer days. And I live in California, so you can imagine how blazing hot the sun is in July. To say the least, my wife and kids, sweating and dripping in the heat, plugging and unplugging every cord every day, weren't too thrilled with their energy maniac husband and dad. After all was said and done, I managed to save, get this, a measly $16 off my electric bill. Woohoo! Strike up the band. My family disowned me. My valiant, environmentally conscious efforts to conserve energy and save $16 bought me a month of sweat-stained clothes and overheated, grumpy kids. I was furious. Not with my wife and kids, but with the electric company and my dependency on them. I knew I had to find another solution because simply trying to conserve energy doesn't work. What happened next changed my life. One night while I was watching TV and racking up more kilowatt hours on my bill, I saw a commercial for a company that made solar panels. So I furiously scribbled their number and called them up. Aha, I thought to myself, now I can stick it to the electric company. Or so I thought. After spending a few hours with the sales rep from the solar company, he finally gave me the price. My jaw dropped to the floor when he told me it would cost a whopping $14,450 for a simple solar installation.
What?
A system that wouldn't even cover my electric usage. I was still going to be shelling out for electricity. I immediately got back on the phone to get quotes from other solar companies. I was certain there had to be something more reasonable out there. Guess what? Prices ranged from $14,000 to $18,000. I really wanted to go solar, but there was no way I could afford that. My frustration gave way to downright depression as I thought, they beat me. The electric company wins again. Big Energy just delivered the knockout punch right to my kisser. As I stewed in my bowl of self-pity, it hit me. Like all sparks of brilliance, it was so darn simple. I thought, why don't I make my own solar panels? Now, even though I'm an electrician, I knew zip about how to build solar panels. But what if, for a fraction of the cost of buying solar panels, I could make my own panels? I'd save a fortune. This really was the last straw. If this option didn't work, I'd be the electric company's water boy for life. So I dug in my heels. I Googled countless hours researching how to make solar panels. I chewed the ears off solar power professionals asking question after question. I did everything just shy of calling up Al Gore and Leonardo DiCaprio. My arsenal was full. My head was exploding with information. I purchased super inexpensive solar cells online. Then I drove down to my local hardware store where my buddy Bill worked. I told him what I was doing and purchased all the materials I needed right there. I took my plans to the backyard and got to work. And guess what? I completed my first solar panel in just one afternoon. Wait, it gets better. The cost of my homemade solar panel was just a paltry $98.23. Not $14,000, not $9,500, not even $3,700. $98.23. I literally jumped for joy and hit the moon. Check this out. Here's a photo of me working on my solar panel. And here's another photo of me with my very first homemade solar panel. I finished my solar setup that same weekend, the whole shebang. I hooked it up to my home in one shot. Easy peasy. My house was now solar powered. I was on cloud 9, floating above all the electric powered houses in the neighborhood. And then I basically forgot about it for the next 4 weeks. Then, through my living room window, I saw the mailman. It was electric bill day. I watched him open up the mailbox and slip the envelope inside. my heart started pounding like a drum in my chest. Not because I was scared of how much I was going to be charged. I was nervous because I was about to find out if all those hours of research and hard work was worth it. I'd already told some friends about my DIY panels, and they basically laughed in my face, so I really wanted this to work. I secretly hoped for a savings of about $80. I bolted out the door and raced to the mailbox. I was a bundle of nerves as I opened the envelope. My eyes went right to the bill total, and I froze. The bill? $18. Whoa. Just $18. Up to that point, my monthly electric bill was about $120 to $140. I was blown away. My simple, easy-to-build homemade solar panels just saved me over $100.